to be a short video because it was a short event. Um, so this morning, Apple had their September event, but it was really quite different. Number one, it was pre-recorded. It was not the usual stage, not the usual, on-stage crowd kind of thing, which is what they did for WWDC as well. But the reason I'm mentioning it is in case somebody, say, 5-10 years from now might be watching this because of the pandemic that's going around. Gotta keep our distance. Anywho, for me personally, there were two takeaways from this event. First of all was the Apple Watch SE. And for me, the reason I feel it was a takeaway was because heavy on features, light on price, starting at $279. Okay, and it's available this Friday. And for me, I think that that's fantastic because there have been multiple cases of the Apple Watch literally saving people's lives, and the ability to get the technology into more people's hands is, I think, a wonderful, wonderful thing. There was also the Apple Watch Series 6, which includes a blood oxygen level monitor, which is really, I was honestly quite surprised. So if we go into the watch section here, this is the Apple Watch Series 6. And for those of you who can see the red lights pulsing. For those of you who cannot see, the back of the watch feels the same, but on the inside, they've got totally different. They've got totally different, totally different setup. They've got 4 green lights, 4 red lights, and an infrared light. And those are the red lights and the infrared light are going to be used to monitor your blood oxygen level. And as for those of you who could see, you could probably tell, but for those of you who could not, if you guys are interested, Apple Watch Series 6 also comes in a product red and a brand new, very dark, what I personally call royal blue. So for me, I think the biggest thing was indeed the blood oxygen level monitor, because I can tell you my doctor has been asking about that for some time. Not that I'm expecting anything bad to happen to me. I mean, the last time I talked to him, he said I was in perfect health. But right before my late father passed, his oxygen level dropped about 50%, and it never recovered. So the fact that this technology is now built into the Apple Watch, and what they're going to be using is a way to, they're going to be using the technology as a way to help research and possibly detect whether people might have been affected with the virus. I mean, that alone, I think that is really, really wonderful. Will I be personally upgrading to it? I don't think so, because this particular Apple Watch that I have on, the Series 4, I got the cellular model, and that one cost about $500. I have to say, ever since I got the thing a couple years ago for Christmas, I've never taken it off, obviously with the exception of sleeping. I don't wear mine to sleep. Even if the software is going to allow sleep tracking, I'm not going to wear mine to sleep because I don't want to have to worry about getting up in the morning and having to charge it, especially if I have to have an early morning and I've got to get up and go, right? I don't want to have to worry about charging before leaving because, knowing me, I'm probably going to forget it. But no, I don't think I'll personally be upgrading, but I'm monitoring this very, very closely. There's also Apple Fitness Plus, which allows you to get a $10 a month subscription and get weekly workouts for various kinds of activities. And as I mentioned before, new product red. And as I said before, there's also the Apple Watch SE, which, like I said earlier, to me it was the biggest highlight. I mean, having the blood oxygen level monitor is fantastic. It's important. But what's more important is being able to get this into the hands of more people. So I think that the $279 US dollar price is going to be really a godsend for a lot of people who may have wanted to get into an Apple Watch but have not yet been able to do so. And for those of you that are really on a tight budget, you can still get the Series 3 for $199. So if we go back to the main watch menu, we can see up here we've got the Apple Watch Series 3 still available for $199. So along with the updates they've made to watchOS 7, I mean, this is basically our Apple Watch update for the year. For me, though, the biggest thing was the iPad Air. Now, physically speaking, it looks like an iPad Pro. The bezels, you got a bit bigger bezels all the way around, but the overall design is closer to that of the iPad Pro. What's really awesome about this, you got your Liquid Retina display, you've got a 10.9-inch screen, and they've also introduced a new chip, the A14 Bionic. Now, this is going to have also support for the second generation Apple Pencil. It's going to be available in silver, space gray, rose gold, green, and my personal favorite, sky blue. I was hoping that at some point they would go ahead and release something like this, an iPad Pro-esque device in colors similar to what they did with the XS and the XR iPhones. And I just think that they've made a fantastic device here. It'll be available next month. And if you go take a look at pricing here, again, you've got your color choice. So let's pick sky blue just for the heck of it. Let's max this out. So max at 256 gigs, Wi-Fi plus cellular for $879. Now, this $879 price tag is the same as the average sort of mid-end, between mid and high-end laptop, right? And for a lot of people, I mean, this iPad could very easily become their main device. A couple of interesting things about it. Number one, there is no camera flash. Now, why is that important? I don't take pictures with my iPad. In fact, I think such a thing is silly. But optical character recognition software, especially in dimmer environments, requires that light to effectively be able to scan the text, turn it into electronic form. And I fear that without the flash, you're going to be limited to what you'll be able to scan in and where you'll be able to scan in. But the big thing for me also is this A14 Bionic. I'm very interested to see how that works out in terms of the specs. And this is very, very unique, right? This is very unique. Apple has never done this before, and there's really no telling what's going to come next. The iPhones will be delayed till October, as I'm sure people have heard. So it doesn't make sense to me to have an event necessarily before then. But then what are the Apple Silicon Macs, right? I don't know what's going to happen with those. I'd like to get an Apple Silicon Mac on my wish list this year if they get around to releasing one before Christmas. But we'll just have to see what happens. What do you guys think of these new announcements? Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome, and have a nice day.